Anybody can visual merchandise. They just have to know the basic principles of what the consumer movement, human movement. They just need to understand eye lines, all that type of thing. Something basic like understanding that between 3 and 6 foot is an eye line for most people. So getting products into that space is the most important part. Understanding your customer, of course, and then working on products that fit that particular space. But it's not difficult. It's just having some basic understanding of what visual merchandising is about and what you want to achieve. A visual merchandising display has got to have impact. It's got to have height. It's got to have. It's got to attract the customer. It's got to be visually and aesthetically pleasing. Something where it's got to stop the customer in their tracks and bring them into your store. It can be something as simple as just building a simple pyramid, and everybody can do that. Having the right products, so not trying to merchandise products that can be hard to merchandise, like plush and things like that, but easy box products and things like that. It's very, very simple. It's something which anybody can engage in with some simple steps, 3 or 4 steps on how to actually build a very basic display. Anybody can do it. You don't have to be visual merchandise trained to create an impact. Having the products priced, absolutely. Every product must be priced so they can pick it up and make an impulse decision. It must be shoppable, which means products stacked on top of each other can be difficult to navigate. So having a product that's easily managed, can be picked up, can be looked at as a price, and can be purchased. That's the catch and kill formula, which is catches the eye of the consumer, and the kill makes it easy for them to procure it at the other end. If you're trying to build a story, a category story, then it's important that you have a cross-section of product that represents that. The more product merchandised correctly just adds breadth and depth to your display. It doesn't pigeonhole you to a certain category, or certain supplier. So the right products, it's very important to have a good breadth of product. Branding and awareness, to let people know that you own a season, to let people know that you have great range, for people to get a good representation of the quality of the product that you have. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is it's to drive sales. It's to drive people into your business, to become a destination. Male shoppers can be challenging in relation to visual merchandising, but it's still very important that you do cater for them. A male shopper tends to shop more on impulse than actually going out and browsing. So sometimes it can be more important to cater specifically for males, if it's Father's Day or whatever it might be. If you're doing some cross marketing with a magazine or a product, it's very important that you get it in their eye line, because, as I said, a lot of males will shop purely on impulse. The Valentine's Day display at Pakenham that we did a couple of years ago, for a couple of reasons. One, it was the first time that we'd actually done it in that store. It was in a major window. It was a large display, and it also was the first time that they'd ever done it for Valentine's Day. So the impact of that for that store was fantastic in regards to the pull-through it got. And since then, a flow-on effect has been that every major season they use the same principles that we put into that display to promote different products. So that's probably had the biggest impact at store level. A simple video on visual merchandising is something that stores could use, 3 or 4 steps to give them a guide and some help in relation to building basic visual merchandise displays. It's not hard. It's certainly something that could be followed through a video or the likes. I think News Express, the way that we go about promoting our visual merchandising is a major difference. Having 2 or 3 people in the office that actually are trained in concepts and the reasons why we visual merchandise, not just sticking product on a table. I think we give a strategy, and having a strategy behind your visual merchandising is critical, not just to build it but also an exit strategy. So it's a total solution more than anything. At any stage, I could be contacted, or the team can be contacted, Jennifer, in relation to basic visual merchandise. We need help. Where do we start? right up to stores that have got merchandise training and they just want to have those extra pieces of advice in regards to really make something stand out or get the product range right. So it's an email to the help desk, it's a phone call, and we can certainly either have through a video or through an email or through a conversation be able to navigate basically any visual merchandising question from the basic to the complex. Money in the bank, absolutely. Good visual merchandising will generate sales.